Stephen, you survived the park entrance gate experience. And we also got the full orientation, the overview. So let's talk about where you need to go next.
Well, hey, Karlyn, what should I see first in the morning?
Well, the first thing that you should see, and all roads lead to this, is the park's visitor center. So let's go take a look.
And why is that?
Well, the great thing is you have avoided the herd. It's already gone through. So you can now go with the flow, and this will be your first experience approaching the Grand Canyon. But let's first go to the park visitor center so I can show you a couple of things.
I'm excited. Let's go, buddy.
Here we are at the Grand Canyon Visitor Center. It's on the south rim of the Grand Canyon, and there's a couple of very important things that will help you get oriented as you go and enjoy this. Now, parking here can be a challenge. You'll notice below me that there's plenty of parking, and there's parking all around the visitor center too. The fun thing is we're going to be close to the first point that you're going to head to. But guess what? You are right here. This is a beautiful, high relief, large map that fits on the whole wall. So you've seen it from the air. Now you're seeing it visually, and you're going to go get yourself oriented as to what you need to do while you're here at the South Rim. But before you go there, there might be some fun knickknacks, some books and things that you want to buy over here in these are called the Grand Canyon Conservancy stores, and they have all kinds of things that will help you enhance your Grand Canyon visitor experience.
Awesome. So I picked up all my maps, got all my goodies at the visitor center. Let's go and see some good stuff.
It's time to go see the Grand Canyon. Well, Stephen, here we are at Mather Point. Three important things about Mather Point. First of all, it's named after Stephen Ting Mather. He's the original director of the National Park Service when it was established in 1919. So in honor of him, this is Mather Point, named after Stephen Ting Mather. For you, the most important point about this is where you're going to get that broad panoramic view. This is where you're going to get those pictures for Instagram. This is where everything that you have come to see begins. And it's also finally where you're going to feel the awe for the immense. In fact, I want you to just take it all in. Here you are. You can see the beauty of all of the geology and everything that's going on here at Grand Canyon, the colors, the immensity, and you're going to be enjoying this with a lot of others. This will be a spending a lot of time with your fellow visitors moment, but it is the place that says, I have been to the Grand Canyon. Now, you're probably going to see this and you're going to say, hey, I'd like to know how this was all formed. That's usually the first question. How was Grand Canyon formed? So let's go take a look at how it was formed.
Hey, Karlyn, where are we? And I've got to say, I'm struggling to pronounce this correctly, and I don't want to do it a disservice. So how do you pronounce that?
Well, the way you pronounce it is Yavapai Point and Geologic Museum. Now, a lot of the important points here at the Grand Canyon are named after Native American tribes. And so they can be very hard to pronounce, but just ask any local and they'll help you get it correct. But
Awesome.
let's go take a look at what's going on in this museum. It's where
Sure.
we can learn about the geology of the Grand Canyon.
Okay, let's go.
Well, here we are in the Yavapai Point and Geologic Museum. And what I want to show you real quickly is this high relief map right here that shows you all the layers in the Grand Canyon. So right after you've looked at them, you can then go back and look out this window and see them live in person. That's the great thing that I've always enjoyed about the Yavapai Point and Geologic Museum. The other great thing is there are also other displays in the Yavapai Point Geologic Museum that also display this layer cake of geology that you're witnessing. Plus, there's some great books and other interpretive items that will help you grasp how Grand Canyon was formed. Now, there's multiple ideas and multiple thoughts about how it was formed. But here at the Yavapai Point Geologic Museum, you can form your own ideas after you've taken a look at all of this.
So it sounds to me a bit like it's like the Natural History Museum, but it's a natural history museum with a life lesson, which is you look down there. Well, I would say you basically look down here, then you look through the window and you actually can see it live. I mean, that's something quite special. That's quite unique. Yeah.
Absolutely. It's very interactive, and you'll walk away feeling like you have a greater understanding of how the Grand Canyon was not only created, but formed and how it's going to continue to be formed.
Got it. It's a bit like sometimes when you see all of those views, it can be all inspiring, but suddenly all the views melt into all the other views. You need to have some substance. You need to have an understanding of the history behind it. And I think this is a really great place to be able to get all of those things.
It is, and it's always been a favorite stop for me, and I've been there many times, and I look forward to going again, and that's why I would highly invite you to come here to the Yavapai Point Museum. It's just part of getting a full understanding as you come and visit the Grand Canyon.
Awesome.
Enjoy your experience here.
Awesome. Hey, and we're back at the campfire again. Any other sort of main points to make sure that my morning goes smoothly?
Well, you know what? You survived the park entrance gate. We've gone to the visitor center, and now we've gotten ourselves oriented with the geology. But I'll bet you're starting to get just a little bit hunger. One other point that I do want to make here early on is that you're probably coming from a more humid environment. And the biggest issue that many people will suffer here at the Grand Canyon is they will not drink enough. We always want to make sure that you're hydrating and drinking. It leads to a headache. And you need to know that the Grand Canyon is here at the 7,000-foot level. So the air is thinner between the dehydration and the thin air. Great way to get a headache if you don't stay hydrated. But I'll bet you're feeling some hunger. So let's go see what our options are.
Great stuff. Let's see you on the next video, buddy.